Well, hello, my friends. How are you? Sorry about the little camera phone in the way. I had a video I had to shoot this morning, and my setup is different for that. And I've been working like crazy trying to get this correct, and I did not quite make it. So, unfortunately, you're going to look at my phone and cord for a little bit, but you won't have to do it for long, I promise. I don't have a whole lot of information because, like I said, I had that video to shoot this morning and I was just a little bit crazy. Well, okay, I was a little bit crazier than normal, let's face it. There's always some craziness around here. But because of that, I'm a little bit behind. I went to go live in the private group for the Global Share Fair Woohoo Weekend, and wouldn't you know it, my internet wouldn't stay stable enough to actually make the video, the live. So I had to go to plan B. I made a video and it is up on YouTube right now if you want to see it. It's public. It'd be under the video tab. So somebody's here. Good, I'm glad. Anyway, I am here now and I'm going to calm down and we're going to make a really cute card. Oh, Luann, it's you. Hi, it's so good to see you. I did not have time to find out who's going to get the card kits from last week, but I will work on that after this video is over and semi-cleaned up because I make a huge, gigantic mess while I'm doing this. I know, hard to believe, but it's true. I also, don't let me forget, I have some card samples with this Sweet Bug Sweet, that I would love to show you. Hi, Cindy. I'm glad you're here too. I'm so glad. I was, yeah, technical difficulties. I just don't like them at all. No. And I still had a little bit of prep to do. I had little bugs to cut out of the designer series paper. So that's done. Let's go to switch over. Oh, one more thing. Bonus days. Let me explain bonus days. I think it starts on the 6th of this month. Here we are in 2026. So hello, everybody. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Oh, you did see the video earlier today. Good. I'm glad. It was just a quick pivot, may I say. Let's see. What was I going to say? Bonus days. Bonus days start. They run the month of January, and I believe it's if you spend $50, you get a $5 voucher for your next order, and you can accumulate those. So if you spend $100, it's 2 vouchers. They are going to come to you in your email from Stampin' Up. Oh, Cindy, I'm glad. I would say you need to keep those safe. Yes, you could probably call customer service and, try to get those numbers again, but it is so much easier when they send it to you. There's going to be like 5 or 6. You copy them all and you paste them into wherever it goes. Cindy, that's because my live wasn't on my channel. I'm in a private group that is only for our customers and for our downline. And there were only 4 of us this time. But because it's private, I do put it up there because I want my customers to find it. But generally speaking, other demonstrators can't find it unless they're in the group. So, however, I have my videos as public on YouTube. And so it is there. I just had to pivot and record it. So anyway, the keynote is with bonus days. Back to that. You need to keep your codes because you're going to have to copy and paste them into your order in order to be able to use them. So I'll put more information about that up on my business page on Facebook. It's just that, now what is my camera doing? I'm sorry. It keeps moving on me. I have it all set up and then it kind of seems to scoot back to where it was. Let's see if it'll stay there. I am going to do that now. I'm going to change this over to the camera. I'm not going to put my picture in it because I don't like looking at my phone in front of my face, and I'm thinking that maybe you might not either. So this is what we're making today. It is an open bay window card. My team and I made it last Saturday, which was really fun. We had a good time. It did not save. There's something about Zoom, I guess, if it doesn't always record. I don't know, the actual instructions for making it weren't there. So I'm hoping my team is here. I know Cindy and Diane are. Oh, yes, I also have it somewhere, but at 2 minutes before going live, I didn't have time to find it. So I will take care of that and get that information up in a day or two. I will, however, after this is over and I've cleaned up a little bit, find out who the card kits for last week go to. My goodness, I really fell down on the job there. So there's our bay window card. I think I'm going to lay it down so you can kind of see it, but I don't want it in the way. We are using, again, the Sweet Bugs. When I did it with my team, I used Hobby Haven, and I'll show you that card in a little bit. But I love these. These are so much fun. What I did was I went in and I stamped these for my video, the one this morning, and I had, yes, it is similar to what I made this morning. I colored them in, and so I had a tip on my business in the group about that. I might put that up on my business page in a few days, but it was kind of fun. So today, while my card has the DSP that I cut out with the dies, I'm using mostly the ones that I have stamped and colored today because I wanted to have enough to send out in the kits for next week for sharing and commenting. So that said, this was just fun. I really like this suite. I also love, what did I do with them? I love the embellishments. These ladybugs are adorable. And I'm even liking the water drops, the little clear ones. They're just adorable. I don't have a lot, you can see, but my Stampin' Up! Order is coming, and I've got more coming in it. Actually, it's supposed to be here next week, and it came today, just a few minutes ago. So I brought it in the house. I haven't even had a chance to open it. So there we are. Love those. And I will have some in with the cards for next week. While I'm not using the ribbon that comes with this suite, I love this old olive rickrack ribbon. I think it is so cool. And it's soft. It's easy to work with. So instead of using a pin to keep this all together, because you know that with a straight pin, I would hurt myself, I like to use little clips. And I think that's all I had to show you. I think we can get right to the card. Okay. I have a card base. It's 10 inches by 5 1/4. Nope, 5 1/2 inches. 10 by 5 1/2. It is scored at 1 3/4 inches, 3 3/8 inches, 6 5/8 inches, and 8 1/4. Now y'all might be able to see there's a little score line here. I had a little measuring incident, but it's all fixed. I'm going to cover this with designer series paper, so I decided it didn't really matter. It closes up like this. And we have 2 strips that are 3/4 of an inch by 10 inches. And they are scored in the exact same spots. So I am just going to let's see. This one might have an extra score in it. Yes, it did. So this is the way it goes. Would help if I did it the right way. This really needs to be fairly pliable. So there's one. I just had a real hard time scoring. You're going to want to reinforce all the score lines. This is our top and our bottom. And we are going to put these on, but we're not going to do them right now. So we're going to set them there. We have designer series paper to put on. Hi, Lori from Birch Bay. How is it up there? We had sunshine earlier. We do not have sunshine now. It's kind of dull and gray out. Here is our Sweet Bugs Cute as a Bug designer series paper. Isn't it cute? I just love it. So we're just going to put this down. Oh, my goodness. I really did have things put away or stretched all out. I can't say that I love the back of this one. Only because I guess I'm not sure what I would do with it. But I do love the front. It's always nice if you put it on right side up. My friend Terry today did a card in the group, and she put her sentiment on sideways. It was pinwheel fold, which was really cool. Then I have side pieces. Everything was here earlier. Did I forget to cut those? Well, sometimes that happens. We can cut them on camera. That is so weird. I thought I had everything cut. Okay. Let me grab the designer series paper I want to use. We're going to do the B side. Let's see. I know. Sadly, the B side is coming from this adorable, very adorable piece of designer series paper. So I'm going to cut this at 5 1/4 inches. I'm going to do that at the top because I really do need those measurements because it's 5 1/4 inches tall. And then this is going to be, I'm going to cut 2 1.5 inches. These are the left and the right. My goodness, I also forgot a piece of designer series cardstock that I'm going to need. Good thing I've got all my stuff out. So there's 1 1/4 inches. No, 1.5. I need another one that's 1.5. And then I need 1 3/8. So 1, 2, 3/8. I need 2 of these. These 2 are for the ends because they're just a little tiny bit bigger. Let me get that in. Ah, foggy and wet, Cindy. Yeah, unusual for the desert. My goodness. So that'll go there. And now the DSP is 5 1/2 inches long, and I'm just cutting strips off of it. So I didn't really have a width. It just looked like it was big enough to do 2 1.5 inch strips. So that's 3. And then 2 1 3/8 inch, which would be 7 6/8 or 3/4, right? I just did the wrong measurement because I was trying to do math in my head. Obviously, that didn't work. Okay. And this one is for right here. While I've got this out, I need to cut 2 pieces of cardstock. And they are, I think they're 1 3/4. I may not have written that down. That would not be good. But you know what I've got? I have tools. So here's my ruler. So let's just double check. I want the exact same size as this. 1 3/4. Yes. So 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. This is a great way to use up strips. Let's see if that's 1 3/4. Oh, look at that, it is. So let's do 5 1/2. I think I've got 2 of them. 5 1/2. And the reason we are cutting these needs a hair off, is because we want to hide these flaps that are going to glue here. So 1 3/4. These side pieces are going to mount right on here, like that. The idea is we're trying to hide. Okay, that's 1 1/2. Oh, I haven't cut this down to 1 3/4 yet. That will help. And really, this one is not very much wider. It's 1/8 of an inch wider. So we've got these, and we have these 2. So let's do a little gluing. So that's what we're going to do first, is we are going to assemble all kinds of good fun stuff. And so, to me, these are almost like kind of curtains at the edge. Glue that one down. I love these ladybugs. I love all these little bugs. Now, mind you, as cute as I think bugs are when they're stamps in DSP like this, I do not think they're cute if they try and come in my house. I had an ant problem a year or 2 ago, and I had a mouse problem a couple years before that. So the pest control and I are now good friends. Oh, I don't know who's calling, but we're going to turn that off. Here we are. There we go. The other phone's going to keep ringing, but the one close to me isn't. She will leave a message. Do you ever enjoy listening to your phone, how they pronounce names? My friend's name is not Kathy Langai. It's Kathy Langy. Just very funny. Okay, this is going at the top. This is our front side. This will go on the bottom, and this is our front side. And I do have lots of little strips. I have 3 strips that are, let's see, my little strips are cut 2 of the 3/4 inch by 3. I don't think they're 3/4 of an inch. I think they're 1/2 inch by 3. I've got to get in and really adjust my measurements. So don't cut anything until I've fixed the post. There we are. And then I've got 1 left over because I'm going to use it on the back for my little white card. And then we've got 2 for the sides. We don't need to worry about these because we're covering them up. So there we are. I think I had thought about making it 1 inch, the windows 1 inch, but it really wasn't necessary. I like the narrow little edge. Because the narrower this is, the more we're going to be able to see of our DSP on the back. So we're doing all of this quick stuff, and then we'll do the decorating afterwards with our little creatures. Or should I call them critters? Little critters. I do like using glue for little things like this because it can be adjusted. I need just a little wiggle room in my life. So what you got planned for the weekend? And did you have any parties to attend yesterday? Or the night before? I pretty much just stayed home with Harley. I was going to go up to a friend's on Wednesday night, the 31st, play games, snack a little. But I had company, and we were turning over the treasurer books to the new treasurer for the year for my dog training club. And so that was a little longer than I had allotted, and by the time I was done with all of that computer stuff, my brain was complete mush. So I just called and let her know that I wasn't going to be able to come. And then we're going to put a little glue in one corner, and now we can put the top and bottom on our window card. And you want to line up at the bottom. That's why glue is so nice, because it gives you an opportunity to really get that well aligned. Doing the same with this. I'm also not going to worry that the glue went out because something's going over the top of it. Okay. Push this one into place. When you've got them in place, give them a moment before. I just want that glue to set. And of course, my base is Blackberry Bliss, which is in this particular designer series paper. I like Blackberry Bliss too. Okay. I think that's almost aligned. There we are. And one more. So this is just a little fussy, but it's not too fussy. It is possible that I saw this on Sue Stampfield, but I really don't remember where I saw this one. Now, you can do a little practice. Fold. Make sure it's all down. There we go. And now we can put our edges on. I think I just glued over a cat hair. And it just pushes right into the edge, onto that fold. So what do you think so far? Oh, no parties for Cindy. Oh, you watched fireworks? Well, that would be kind of fun to watch fireworks. I like watching fireworks. Out here, close to the reservation, there aren't many fireworks. I mean, there may have been downtown, but there were a lot of big booms during the night. And Cindy stayed home and had company. That's fun. I hadn't planned my company to stay quite as long as it took, which was silly of me because I know there was a lot of work to turning everything over. And let's see. I think I'm going to put this down like I did here, but first we're going to stamp. We're going to stamp the ants, and I'm going to color them in because, let's face it, ants are fun. Outside, never inside. Unless, of course, you have an ant farm. Then I guess so. Oh, you had, yeah, George Bay, you would have had a lot of fireworks. So we're going to stamp it with the memento. What's fun is when you cut these with the dies, it separates them, so you have to put your little troop together. And so what I did was I just ran a little bit of glue down here, took my strip and put it on so it looked like a roadway for them to walk on. And then I turned it over and, oh, close it up, Nancy, before I stick my hand in it. I've already got marker on my hand, or blends. Looks like my road is a little uphill, but that's all right. And there we have our ants to color in. And I am going to use, let's see, we get some paper. This does take up a lot of room, you know. See, my camera again slid. I'm going to have to work on my stand or get a new stand. I don't know what I need. But let's color. I have got the, they used to be called like the flesh tones, but now they're deep and medium. 600 medium and deep 200. And when I color with my blends, it's kind of a smaller space. So I'm going to use my, well, it's not really a pencil in or pen end, but the smaller, just color those in. You could do pecan pie, you could do crumb cake, light and dark. I think any of those would work well. I am coloring quickly. I'm not going to worry too much about perfection. I think my ants are striped. I don't know about your ants, but my ants are striped. And there would be a shadow under the neck, so I just thought I would just do a little shading. I went to do this with the black, but I think the blacks are just too dark. So now we're going to go over it again. Every time you go over an area, it gets just a little bit darker, but it also blends out, when it dries, it blends out some of any marks that you might have. You know, I like these first two ants, but this little last one, I think I like him best. He's a little ant with ADHD, maybe. Anyway, some kind of, he's easily distracted. All right, so there we have our ants. I'll be right back. I need a red. How about a poppy parade? And I need a yellow that'll look sort of goldish. If it's going to be pumpkin, no, it's going to be the dark daffodil delight. When I was doing my coloring and I had all my colors out, see, doesn't that look kind of gold? There it is. What I found is I found 3 sets of blends that should be replaced. And so I immediately put them on my list. So one of the things I do when I know I'm going to be coloring, see if I can find it, is I make a color palette. You know, we've all got all those strips. That's not there. Where is it? What did I do with it? I don't see what I did with my scraps of designer series paper. There they are. So this is what I do. I take all of the colors that are in the designer series paper for inspiration, and then I add, there's my deeps, I add some neutrals that I might want to bring in. And then I also know when I'm doing that and I'm making this, my light Mossy Meadows, not in good shape. My dark Cajun Craze isn't in good shape. And my light Poppy Parade is not in good shape. And so I've got that, and I can just go right in and make my order. Hello, Craftin' on the Back 40. How are you? Oh, Lori, you got asked, did you do the polar bear plunge? I like that. And we need a sentiment. I was going to, because I had my memento out, I was going to stamp it in memento. But instead, I think I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss. You can put on Hello Friend, because I thought that would just be fun. Should have stamped that first. It almost looks black when you stamp with it, but it lightens up just a little bit as it dries. All right, let's put that on, because it's always nice to have as much on the card as possible. And I prefer tape adhesive for white over glue. So we'll use some Seal Plus. We'll put this down. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut more designer series paper and put on these sections. I didn't. Oh, one more thing to put on. It's the item that I lose constantly. And I know it was here because I had it in my hands. There it is. A window sheet. It's 3 inches by 5.5, I think, or 5 1/4. 5 1/4 maybe. And I am just going to put that on with glue dots in the 4 corners. Here we are. I don't know about you, but window sheet, it's just 6 7/8. Cindy. I have cut these before. I've now got fingerprints on this, and you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. You can always clean it off just like you would a window. Sometimes I grab my Norwex with a little bit of water on it. Microfiber cleaning cloths. My first one that I did, I used 2 strips. It's actually off by a tiny bit. But since it's got, that one just seems really tight. Just make sure it still closes. That's what matters. I used 2 thinner strips. Our card is all together. Look at that. But it's boring. And we don't want a boring card. So I have got, now this little girl is from the designer series paper. I had to cut that by hand. But I've got the cute little ladybug reading a book. I colored that with Poppy Parade, a cloud cover, and Smoky Slate. A couple of different mushrooms, one in Blackberry Bliss and one in Daffodil Delight. Oh, I also have a Poppy Parade. I cut out, the dies have mushrooms. And I didn't use the top to cut this. I just cut it in different colors and cut and pasted because I rather like having this part on the stem, the same as the top. Perfect, just my preference. And there's what it looks like just in crumb cake. So we've got those to work with. This is also one I had to cut out by hand. So if you get these two in your packets, if you get them, know that I actually just sat here and cut them. I've got little flowers. I also, when it comes to designer series paper, I go ahead and sometimes I cut out the piece on the side because this little bee is just going to go off the edge. It's like we caught him in mid-flight, so he got off on our camera edge. So let's take, I like the little granny knitting. She makes me happy. And yes, you can hang these over the edge towards the center. You just have to be careful closing it up because I see I closed her down a little bit. I really like the granny with the knitting. Oh, I don't really want to put it there. Take that off. And we'll put her on right here. And then our little half bee is going to go off the edge. And it's just playing around. What do you want to put where? I do like her right here. And so on the actual window sheet, I am choosing to use glue dots. I think it makes a good adhesion and it doesn't look funny if you see it from the back side, although you really don't see it from the back side. That one didn't stick. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I just have so much fun with these. Well, last week's card is in my pile to just remind you about. I'm kind of thinking about my card for next week. I'm trying to play with a suite or a bundle for a week and then putting it away and going on to another one. So there'll be projects from lots of different things, but to be honest, I haven't decided yet. I've got Symphony of Nature, Nature Symphony, which I really like. But I also have Pop-Up Petals, which I have not used. I think they came out in November, and they're still sitting in my drawer unused. So let's do a little bit of, we need flowers. And the flowers are already, these flowers are pre-colored with Wink of Stella. Anything I did, let's see. If he's up here, oh, let's, because there's really no top and bottom. Let's put this one here. Who knows? There may be sunshine where he lives or she lives. Let's do that. And then just looking at my stuff here. What do I have left? I have my ants. I could actually put him right there. Okay, let's do the ants. Time for ants. As you can tell, there is absolutely no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. Yet it is a great grandkid card. I should send one to my grandsons, or to at least one of them. I could send them both cards. I've got lots of different ideas. Come back here a little. Okay, let's put this on, and then we'll decide what goes over on the other side. Okay, love the nails, but they stick to adhesive. I'm going to take and put one at the bottom, knowing it's too wide, but I can scrunch it a little bit. Maybe there's an advantage to having the nails. I think I'm going to put this over here. And then this one can just go right here. If I knew I was going to do that, I could have used glue. I think of I like the ants. I think they're very cute, especially this one that has an attention disorder. Oh, hi Gladys, good to see you. That's the good thing about the replay. And I think we might need just a little bit of grass under him with the flower. And I can shove it up there. There. Yeah, don't need to have too much stuff. I would like to put the bee on though. The other bee with a blackberry bliss flower. Now I wish I had put her over a little closer. I'll do this way, like this. Okay, I think that'll make me happy. Just a touch of glue right here on the edge will hold flower. And I'm going to set these aside over here. There's a lot going on in our little scene. And let's see. Since I don't want to disturb the flower, maybe I'll try just grabbing the glue dot. And I'm all right if it's just a little bit up, because it'll give it a little bit more dimension. Put that one right here. And one more. We'll have kind of rolled glue dots. These ones seem a little softer than others. Put it right there. And there's our bee. And I think we're done with our card. Now, a lot of it already has Wink of Stella. Like the wings, these wings have Wink of Stella on them. Now, these wings have Wink of Stella on them, because you have to have Wink of Stella. And here's a flower. Flowers need Wink of Stella. Those already have Wink of Stella. And I'm thinking the little black dots on our ladybug needed Wink of Stella. Okay. Now for, where are we going to put our real little ladybugs? And on this one, I chose just to use 3 ladybugs. So I don't know if I'm going to do that on this one. I think we want one up here, flying away. I'm pretty sure I want one on the flower. She is resting. And I'm going to put a 3rd one over here. So we have a little triangle of ladybugs. Too bad his wings aren't out. He could be flying. And then I am going to put, I have 2 epoxy dots left. And we'll put a little dewdrops on the mushroom. So there's 3, 4, 5. Odd number. I still have a couple of ladybugs left. And like I said, I actually have 2 packages that are sitting on the counter in my kitchen in the box from Stampin' Up. I don't know, so this goes in. Just be careful how you're stacking it up. And it's ready to go in the envelope. Oh, the envelope. Oh my goodness. We have a plain envelope. That is just not right. So let's grab our memento. I'm doing all I can not to start singing the ants go marching one by one. I just want you to know that. I'm saving you from that. Oh, that didn't come out very well on the flag. I might have to go in and color that flag. It would be best if you're going to color anything on the front to grab some scratch paper, pop it in so you can take and I'm going to color the flags. This one just won't have a lot of black around it, but at least it'll look more like a flag. And I'm going to color the trumpets. And I'm doing it very lightly, so hopefully this won't bleed through, because I didn't get that all the way over. Okay, now we have a card and envelope to send off. And so many of us don't send off our cards. Let's see. The envelope is probably behind me. So I'm not going to worry about that, but there is an envelope for it. So we have these today. We have this one. I believe it was last week. And I did this one this morning. It is, again, I don't know the name of it, but it's just a fun little fun fold. And then the back is also decorated. So there's that one. And let's see, let's push some things out of the way. I have a slider card. There was a tutorial due and someone was not well, so I volunteered to do another slider card and used the cute bugs because after all, why wouldn't one? Oh, and lots and lots and lots of Winkle Stella. Okay, there we go. What do you think? This is just an adorable sweet. Lots of critters, lots of fun. So I am so glad you're here. I was glad to share this with you today. And I think my brain is becoming mush again. Technical difficulties will do that to me. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you next week with whatever sweet I choose. I'll put it in on the business page. So I need to do the bonus dollars, bonus days on the business page, and I need to do what sweet I'm going to use next week. So I will decide on that and let you know what you can expect. So I am glad you joined me, and happy crafting till I see you next week. Bye-bye.